Alright, so I thought today we'd take a look at Trainz: A New Era and how to create your own model railroad. So this is going to be pretty basic, but at least it'll give you an idea on how to get started. So what we're going to do is go to the Create route at the bottom as soon as you open it up. We want you to give a route name, so we'll just call this one a demo layout. And it wants to know what graphical region. So I've already selected this one, the USA model trains, and then the working scale. So I do HO scale, so I'm going to go ahead and put it as HO. Do Imperial because I am in the United States, and check. Okay, now over on the right we have all of our toolbars. I find it easiest to start out with the track and then come back and do some of the terraforming and the scenery and stuff. So on the track, when you click that, you're going to see all the different track options, and there are quite a few that you can download as well, that if you don't find exactly what you're looking for here. So grab the track we want to use, and then we're going to add that track, and it's as easy as just clicking and dragging. You see it'll go ahead and make your turns automatically. Each time you click, it creates that node and locks that node down pretty much. So we're just going to make a simple layout, just an oval to start with tonight. Alright, now once we have that done, we can go ahead and go up to the paint. You can see all the different built-in different grasses, rocks, etc. But first thing I want to do is actually go up to the top toolbar for topography. And let's go ahead and create some small mountains, so small hills around this layout, give it some texture. So we're just going to drag our mouse, lift up these different areas. Then we can also create some valleys in here, which I'm not really happy with that. We'll come back and figure this out at a later date. So we're going to go ahead and leave it kind of like we have it here. Now we're going to go back into the paint icon, and let's grab some rocks textures to kind of put into the mountains. And we're going to put a whole bunch of different textures on top of each other, so I'm just kind of starting out with this one. But it's not going to look exactly like that when we're done anyway. Grab some different textures. It's good to just kind of break them up so you don't have the same thing just repeating over and over. Grab some grasses, kind of stick some grasses in here. We're going to start out with just a solid color, and then we'll come back and add some other colors to it. Okay, that's not bad for a first go round. Let's add some more textures and colors in here. I want to get rid of the grid pattern for sure. Let's go ahead and fill in the center section. Just hold my mouse button down and dragging it around. Okay. Now we just kind of spot a few different textures here and there. We're gonna do it just like when you're making a regular layout model road. We're going to just kind of add some different colors on top of each other, let them blend together. Change the scale down a little bit if you want it a little smaller. And also you can change the radius of your tool. Grab some bigger grasses. A little brighter. And let's see. Let's try this grass out. There's a whole bunch of different ones, so you just have to play around with it until you find exactly what you're looking for. And the undo button does work, so if you do something you don't like, you can always undo it. Okay, so once we're done with that, we can grab a couple of buildings, different structures that are already loaded in here. In fact, let's come back and put a stub in switch track in here, just to kind of see how that's done. Go back to our plus. Now if we grab just one of those nodes, you can see we can pull that switch right out into the where we want it. And then we can also make that track straight by hitting your straightening tool. You can see kind of how it works. Again, your undo button's probably going to be your friend here. And let's add a locomotive and some cars. Tender for him. Alright. So on this text spot right above all the selections, if you want to find a boxcar, you can just type in box. It'll show you all the different boxcars that are already in your library. We'll put a couple of these different ones in here. And let's see if we can find a flat car. I'm not having any luck finding a flat car right this second, so let's add a gondola in here. Maybe an ore car. These are not all going to be model or era specific here. Yeah, we'll add a caboose on here too, why not? Okay, so now we have our railroad. Again, this is just a basic demo. We will go up to save this railroad. Call it a demo layout, that's fine. Alright, so this is pretty good. Let's go ahead and straighten out this one track though. Right here. Oh, I can't straighten it because there's cars there. Okay, we won't worry about that right this minute. We'll go ahead and go in the driver mode. So you can either press Control F2 or you can just click the little icon on the top left. I'm going to do easy mode because that's more similar to what you would see on a model railroad. See on the bottom right I have my control functions for this train. If I click on an engine, then I have control of that engine. I can use the forward and backward, stop, just like you'd expect. You can turn on the headlight, you can blow the whistle. As long as you've selected that engine, or a train that has an engine on it, you have control of it. So you can see I can make that one move forward and backward. If I click on this car over here, this tank car, I don't have any controls for it because there's no engine attached to that. So we'll go back to the engine. If I back into that car, we can couple these up together. Okay. Now if I click on any car, you can see I still have my controls on the bottom right corner because they are coupled to that engine. So I can still control this train by clicking on any car. It just moves my camera reference point. Now if you have multiple trains on here, you can run more than one at a time in manual mode like this. If you click on one engine and get that one started, then you can click on another one and you can actually move that one. So if I had a large switch yard, I could let this train run around the main line, and then I could just leave him in cruise control, if you will. And then I can actually control the other engine, do some switching on the switch yard. If I don't have it on this layout, let's go ahead and come back here. I'm going to stop. Okay, so we're back in the surveyor mode. So let's go ahead and move these cars out of the switch yard so we can straighten that mainline track out a little bit. Over here. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and make this radius a little bit larger on the end down here. See, I have it extremely sharp, which is not very good at all for running trains around. So let's go ahead and make those a little bit wider. You can't move the ones that have the train on them. If it's going to move the track that the train's sitting on, it's not going to let you do it. So just keep that in mind. Okay, that looks a lot better than it did. Let's go ahead and add a building or two to this. That looks like building. Right, that one there. Maybe another one there. There's cars in here you can add. Say you want a car there. Castle towers in here that I haven't seen those before. So a whole arrangement of different items you can add in here to make your layout look more realistic. Okay, I think I'm going to wrap this one up here for tonight. If you like this video, if it was any help, please like and subscribe. And please provide feedback if there's something else you would like to see in addition to or instead of what I'm showing. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.